Hey there, ghosts and ghouls. Warlock Boo here. And today we're going to be looking on the bright side and the dark side itself and reviewing Ruby Gloom. Now, Ruby Gloom is a series that has 3 seasons and 40 episodes running between 2006 and 2008. So it's already been over. Started out as a clothing line to get gothic kids, but ended up being a little kids show that apparently appeared on Nickelodeon, but I don't remember it because apparently it appeared in Canada. Now, the show is about Ruby Gloom, a young redheaded girl that lives in a haunted world in a spooky house with ghosts, skeletons, creatures like that, but is always happy. She always tries to look on the bright side and help anyone she meets, no matter what it is or who it is, and just tries to help them and be a nice kid, which is strange in the whole setup because it has this very dark undertone to the show, but it's very happy at the same time. Reminds me a lot of Irma, the webcomic I reviewed first as one of my first reviews. And if you like Irma, you will definitely like this. In fact, this also has a somewhat of a My Little Pony vibe, just because I know a lot of grown men whose kids have started watching this who usually hate cartoons, but got into this. They said it was just interesting and it was fun to make weird theories about the spooky backgrounds and stuff. And I do see that. Now, the story is pretty normal. Each episode is, a 30-minute episode. But between each episode are usually small skits, small little funny things or silly little music videos for the characters to do and things that sound like they should be educational but aren't. It's always really funny, like how to make cleaning fun or how to do this thing or how to be a spy. And it's always almost like a slapsticky kind of comedy depending on the character. The humor in the show is actually quite interesting. They mix very nice kid humor with some darker jokes that are just kind of like, wait, they said that? That seems weird. And the characters are generally interesting. I like them. The artwork, though, on the show, the background is great. The design of the world is neat. The characters are neat. It's the perfect way to use the more simplistic Adobe Flash animation, but do a lot with it. And I like that. You saw my review for Mysticons. I didn't like the art, but this is the way you use that type of resources better, making it more interesting, making it more eye-popping, and I like that a lot on the show. It is a bit strange show, though. That's really why I wanted to review this. I'll get into it as I talk about each character, how they act, what they do. Now, the only thing I find down on the show is they left it open for a 4th season, but it apparently got canceled after the 3rd, which is kind of sad. It was a very interesting concept, an interesting show, and I think it could have done a lot, especially with today's culture. But it didn't. It did get popular after it aired in America, apparently, and other countries. It apparently got more popular once it hit Netflix, and you can even go on YouTube and watch it free. They uploaded all the episodes themselves. So I better not get flagged for showing clips and the theme song in my video this time, or I will be royally pissed. But, as I was saying, let's talk about each character. The main character is Ruby Gloom, pale redheaded girl with weird eye tattoo things around her eyes. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of the whole Sugar Skull styling for Day of the Dead in Mexico. Her tattoos do, but she's a happy girl, always tries to do the best, likes to throw parties to make everyone happy, just likes to have fun. And in general, for a show like this that looks like this, she is great. She is fun, and she's a good main character because personality doesn't overthrow the show a little bit and the other characters. And I am glad she is the main character. While she's not my favorite, she does fit into that spot really nicely. Next is her kind of love interest, Skullboy. Yes, a brilliant thought-up name. He is a skeleton who doesn't know his past, so he's constantly trying to be different things. One point he acts all noir detective, another time he's acting like a French chef. He just always throws on these costumes and changes his personality to match the costume. But it's kind of sad why. he doesn't know his past. He doesn't know his ancestry. He doesn't know where he came from. So he's hoping one of these will make him that no, he came from this. It will be his past. It will be who he was. And he's been looking for that. And it's a really sad thing, even though they kind of play it off comical. It's kind of sad and kind of scary about that in a degree. Like, you don't know who you were. What? That's just sad. But he's a nice guy. He really likes art and astronomy, and that seems to be where he really gets off on doing best. And he doesn't even have to pretend to be anyone. He's just good at it. Him and Ruby have kind of a spark. They kind of like each other, but they're never heavy about it. But they don't hide it that they like the other one either, which is kind of nice. Usually shows, oh, I can't tell them. And no, they kind of know. Next, we have Iris. Iris is a Cyclops. She is full of adventure and wants to do everything. Bungee jump from a plane, jump through a lava hoop. I mean, literally, those are things she's done. She loves it. Adventure, adrenaline. She likes doing all that. She seems to be Ruby's best friend, too. She's a little Cyclops with one big eye. And really, that's all her character. She's adventurous. She's happy. Not as happy as Ruby, but still fairly happy and loves just moving. She's ADHD-ridden, basically. After her, we have my favorite character, Misery. Misery is basically Milo from the one show, Milo's Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong goes wrong with her. Her whole family has suffered from bad luck. The thing is, she doesn't take to it like Milo does. Milo sees this as an adventure, and she is just jaded. She's like, whatever. Lightning struck. I knew that would happen. Oh, that caught fire. I knew that would happen. Her design is she's taller and thinner than the rest of the characters and constantly has tears coming out of her eyes like she's crying, but she doesn't act like that. She's just, whatever. And it's funny. Funny to see her reactions to all the chaos going around her. She's obviously designed after a banshee. They even show that in one episode when you see her shadow and they're playing hide and seek and you think a monster is chasing them. The shadow looks like a banshee, but it turns out to be Misery just playing hide and seek with them. She even carries a scythe with a lantern on it. Again, a very newer style of banshee, but still banshee and Grim Reaper-esque. She's, as I said, what can go wrong goes wrong. Her backstory, though, if she is a banshee, is sad. It would be sad because banshees are usually mothers crying for their children that died in war or they killed and then they died. It's weird, and I'm hoping that's not the case because I really do like Misery. Next, we have Edgar Allan and Poe. 3 ravens that just kind of hang around. Poe's the main one. He's this big actor, and they are very proud of their heritage. They are the descendants of the raven from Edgar Allan Poe's story, The Raven. So they're very proud of that. After that, we have Boo Boo. I'm not related to Boo Boo, I'm sorry. And Mr. White and Mr. White. They're ghosts. A ghost mafia that works on scaring people. I am pretty sure Mr. White and Mr. White are gay. And Boo Boo is their love child. I mean, it would make so much sense. Boo Boo is a traditional little kid who found out they have powers. He likes to scare everyone and show that he can do it. Mr. White and Mr. White, while they sound mobbish, are actually very nice. They're very kind, unusually, and they look out for Boo Boo. After that, we have Frank and Lynn, a set of conjoined twins who love metal music. They're kind of idiots, but they're very nice. The problem is, you see them shirtless in one episode. And they're all swimming, and no one brings attention to the reason this is weird. They have stitch marks down their middle, meaning they're not conjoined twins. They were sewn together, which raises so many questions. So many, what? They're sewn, that's weird. And it is. Who sewed them together? Why are they sewn together? Why are they here? Why does no one point it out? I mean, it's bizarre. Last character is Scaredy Bat. He's a bat with a slight Indian accent who is scared of everything. He's terrified of everything. It scares him. It makes him scared. Boo Boo usually picks on him because he can scare him so easily. And it can be funny, but it does wear down on him a little bit. He's probably one of my lesser favorite characters. I don't dislike him as a character. He just is. It feels a little burned out. Although I do like when he eats snacks, it's usually mosquitoes and flies out of a chip bag. I think that's a nice little bit. I said he was the last character, but there's two more actually. Doom Kitty, who is Ruby's pet cat, who seems to have a sixth sense. It's a black cat that wears a key, just a cat, and it just randomly pops up places and figures things out before anyone else does, but no one can understand it. And Mr. Buns, a sock rabbit Ruby made, seems to be sentient, yet you never see it move, but it's always in new spots. It's kind of unnerving. Now, the world they live in is actually quite neat. The first couple seasons, you don't see a lot of it. You just see the house and outside and inside of the house. But as it goes on in the third season, and this is why I'm sad that it canceled, they show the world. They show more creatures. They show more of the city. They show other creatures. And this is a world of undead, it seems like, of monsters and ghouls, but they're all nice. They're all sweet and kind, and it kind of makes you think, don't judge a book by the cover. And I really like that message, because a lot of the creatures look like they should be scary, but they're not. And I really think in the fourth season they would have done more with it, but they never got the chance. They never got the ability to, and it's very sad to me. But in the long run, I'd say watch this. It's a really sweet, good show with spooky, dark undertones that are just creepy when you think about it, but you don't have to think about it. It's great for little kids, too. My daughter has the first DVD. I found it on Black Friday for $1 at Walmart. I mean, they had like the first 3 seasons. I didn't have much, so I could only buy the first episode DVD, which has 4 or 5 episodes, traditional. But I am hoping to get more of these. Now, the website is more fashion designed now. You can go to its website and look, but there's not much there to see. Just some little things on the characters. They have some books printed I haven't read. I don't know why I would. It doesn't really strike me as I'd want to read the books. But if they come out with a new season, I would actually be happy. I think that would work really good. And I really hope they do, but how long it's been, I doubt they will. A reboot would be fun, but again, I doubt they will. It doesn't sound like it got viewed a lot, although it does have some fairly big name actors doing the voice. Sarah Godin did Ruby Gloom. You got Iris, who was Stacey DePass. Misery was Emily Hampshire. Skullboy was Scott McCrory. And a lot of the characters were done as a lot of big name characters that kind of shocked me when I saw them. But again, at the end, tell me what you think of the show. Tell me if you like it. Tell me what you want to know about it. If you got a review for me, suggest it down below. If you don't like the show and you think I was weird for liking it, down below. But in the end, I like it for the same reason I like Irma. It's very sweet, but spooky and dark. But in the end, it's just a sweet comic using this darker styling. Till then, this has been Warlock Boo, hoping to be spooking y'all later. Bye.
Audio Jungle.